Yes.
Did you hear about what happened at the big wheel?
At the mill?
Yeah, the place by the Zheherovka stream.
What then? Has the water sprite been up to his mischief again?
You could say that. They found a dead body stuck in the wheel on Sunday.
You're kidding! Who was it?
Some vagabond.
God rest his soul.
And get this, Miller Boschka says he was in the water at least a week, judging by the state of his body.
So what? Somebody did him in and chucked him into the water.
But the river there...
There. It looks better already.
Floating down the river for at least a week without anyone noticing.
I need some advice.
You want some advice? Here's some for free. I catch you fighting here again, and I'll spank your bare ass like a brat.
Well, I said I'm sorry.
But the Cumans are still stinking up the place. Down to business. I don't have all day for you, so what do you want?
I promised Radovan the blacksmith I'd go and see Ambrose the hermit in Apollonia.
My God, lad, stay away from them rocks. Ambrose the hermit sold his soul to the devil and won't talk to nobody no more.
Yeah, I heard that as well. But it seems a bit far-fetched.
So why would an evil spirit suddenly start appearing near Apollonia? It's the devil's work, believe you me.
And has anyone sent to the castle for the priest?
Not at all. Bailiff Thrush is keeping it quiet so far. 4 strangers came here yesterday. They sat in the corner there, but once they heard about the apparition, they started to take a big interest.
What strangers?
They looked like monks, only they had daggers concealed under their robes. I saw them clearly. I'm telling you, there's something fishy going on around Ambrose.
But I have to speak to him.
Didn't you hear what I'd...
There's something else. What do you know about this apparition?
Stanislav, the herds boy. He comes running into the village that night, all terrified, saying he'd seen a rider from hell in Apollonia. And the very next night, it appeared in the rocks below the road to Tahov. There's this conciliatory stone cross there. And the next day, it was at a funny angle. There's some devilry in it for sure.
And it was the herds boy who saw it by the cross?
The apothecary's wife, Gerda. Ask her yourself.
Where can I...
Stanislav has a sheep pen in the meadow beyond the Troskovitz graveyard, right above the big crossroads outside Apollonia.
How do I get to the hermit?
You're asking for trouble, lad. But all right, if you insist, you go through Apollonia, along the path below the rocks, till you reach the point where it crosses the stream. And from there, you take the path uphill to the left, leading into the rocks.
Who's this hermit fella, anyway?
No one knows. He settled in the rocks a few years back. Folk used to go to him for various healing ointments or advice.
And what has he got to do with this apparition?
Well, he was at death's door recently, bedridden, and then suddenly he's got his health back. Just like that. And he's like a different man since then. He sends everyone who goes, mark my words. He sold his soul, and the devil sometimes comes here.
Where did these peculiar monks come from?
Hard to say, but they rode in on well-fed horses.
Monks on horseback? That's definitely odd.
Well, Bashka the butcher says they came from the bishop about that diabolic...
What a nice...
Greetings to you.
What happened to Ambrose the hermit?
He's at death's door with some ailment, and there's a peculiar talk about him. They say he made a pact with hell.
I hear Ambrose the Hermit has some old sword.
A few folks saw it at his place some years ago, but then it disappeared. Maybe he sold it, or chucked it out.
I heard a shepherd saw an apparition in the rocks.
It's not wise to go there. There's a diabolical horseman haunting the place.
What do you know about the apparition at the cross?
It's all God's holy truth. Gerda from the apothecaries saw the devil there. Farewell.
Likewise. What can I do for you?
What do you say? Happenstance has thrust us together again.
So, what's it going to be this time?
If you can spare a while, I have another riddle for you. A trickier one this time. Hmm?
A harder riddle, you say? Let's hear it then.
That first riddle was just a test. Just to practice. How about a wager? To make it more interesting. Even a poor vagrant like me has to eat. What do you say?
Why not? I'm happy to bet.
Listen carefully. Once upon a time, there was a fool of a farmer. Family he had none, no stable boys either. So he talked to his animals instead. And, good man that he was, whenever he made a groschen or two, he shared it with them according to his own rules. Every hen in the coop was paid 5 groschen. Every bee in the hive, 15. And the spider in the loft bagged a full 20 groschen. And now you tell me, how much did the cat get?
Ten groschen.
Exactly! 2.5 groschen for each leg.
What happened to the farmer in the end?
They never said. But I reckon he went to the dogs. You have just the 2 legs, to be sure. But you guessed right, so you earned your wager back. I can give you my stake on top, or I can tell you a bit about my life as a vagabond. How about that?
I'd be glad to hear about your adventures.
Would you care for stories from my travels or tales from the tavern?
What have you to tell me from your travels?
When the sun is up, go wherever you like. But when the day is done, don't stray into the woods or off the beaten track. Nowadays, there are folks everywhere just waiting to fleece you, be they noble or peasant. And those scoundrels tend to frequent the paths that are off the beaten track.
Yes, I do believe I've come across a fair few people like that.
And lived to tell the tale. Long may it last. Farewell!
Greetings.
I'd like to ask you about something.
No, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Go away, please.
Easy now, Gerda. There's nothing to be afraid of. We'll get to the bottom of this mystery together.
Really? You're not going to laugh at me like all the others?
I believe you really did see something. But I want to know what it really was.
So, what do you want me to tell you?
Relax, Gerda. Have a think, and then tell me what happened with the apparition.
It was the day before yesterday. I was picking marshmallow roots above the rocks. It grows by the cross there, near the big dry tree not far from the road to Tachov. I didn't get home till after dark when I suddenly realized I didn't have my knife.
So you went back to the cross?
God have mercy. He hopped up right out of the ground in front of me. He was all in black and he was grinding his teeth. I started to scream. There was something glinting in the dark and this clanking sound, and I just turned and scarpered.
That's all?
At one point I turned around and I saw a dark shadow darting across the field. Proper flying along it was, like the devil, and heading straight to Apollonia.
What's this place where you saw the apparition?
It's a conciliatory cross, erected in the memory of some innocent's death. They say some years ago, a young fella killed himself on account of an unhappy love affair. He jumped from a cliff.
And the day after you saw the apparition, the cross...
Aye, all askew. Everyone here saw it. I didn't go back. I can't.
Don't worry, Gerda. Nobody's going to make fun of you anymore. I'll find out what it was all about and what you really saw there.
What do you think happened?
I don't know yet, but you needn't fear. Everything will get cleared up soon.
Thank you. By all the saints, thank you. But please, come and tell me how it turned out. I'll make it worth your while.
Gerda really did see something. That cross hides a secret. Quick! Quick! Go! Conciliatory cross. An old memorial to some unfortunate event. This is where Gerda saw the apparition. Sick! Look what I have for you. Fresh soil. Someone was digging here recently. It doesn't look like an apparition, Gerda. He didn't take either the coin or the books. So it wasn't a thief. It must be something else he was after.
wash up before going out in public.
I hear you saw some diabolical apparition. Is that true?
Was it the bailiff who sent you? Or old Croper?
No. I want to go to Apollonia to see Ambrose, the hermit. I've heard talk he's somehow linked to that apparition. So I need to know what you saw that night.
Why'd you want to know? Forget that shit, pal. It reeks of fire and brimstone.
Do you want to roast in hell and choke on sulfur?
But I didn't do anything.
You're not caring well for your immortal soul.
I don't know. One time I carried a lamb all the way to Uyezd for the parish priest. All right, it was the bailiff who asked me to do it, but the good father gave me communion for it. I'm not afraid for my soul, so there's no point trying to scare me with hell.
How was it with the diabolical apparition? I heard you saw something.
Leave me be.
Look, mate. Here you are.
What did you want to know?
What exactly did you see that night at the crossroads?
A diabolical apparition. A black rider on a black horse flew into Apollonia. His eyes glowed, and his horse was black as charcoal. He turned this way and that a couple of times at the crossroads, and then darted off into the rocks. To the hermit's place, I'm sure.
He turned this way and that. That's strange.
I'm telling the truth. Gerda from the apothecary saw him too.
But the hermit helps people though, doesn't he?
Aye, he did. Only now they're saying he was at death's door and sold his soul to the devil. And that was the horseman.
Why? Why would the old man have sold his soul to the devil and then kept living as a pauper in his hut?
Who knows what's going on in them rocks? Some devilish trickery for sure. God be with you. And maybe wash up a bit, will ya? Get out of here, Matt!
Come here. That herds boy really did see something. And the trail leads into the rocks. Mutt!
You're in for an ass-kicking, you piece of shit! Fucking cup!
Come here, boy.
minds, master. Eh, mutt?
All right. This is already sharp. This one is sharpened already.
I was glad to...
Greetings. This ass must have cost a pretty cushion.
Mother of God, that was terrifying. If it wasn't for you, they'd have torn me to pieces. Thank you, lad.
It was nothing, really. The main thing is you're safe and sound.
Nothing, you say? No, no. Here, and thank you.
Aye, aye, you silly doggy.
A horse? What's it doing here in the woods? I should take a closer look. A beautiful horse. Black as charcoal. The herds boy wasn't lying. And you don't smell of brimstone. You're just an ordinary horse. Someone really did come to see the hermit. But it wasn't the devil.
Damn.
This is the place the innkeeper was talking about. The hermit lives somewhere up here.
Track.
abomination.
What? What do you think you're doing?
Easy. Let's talk about this.
What do you think you're doing? Me, you're thieving. Either you cough up some.
I admit.
All right. No, so run along. You've no business here, fella. Go back where you came from. I don't want to set eyes on you ever again. Haven't you got anything better to do?
Judging by what I've heard about you, you're a bit fishy, Hermit.
What do you mean?
Well, there's a lot of talk about you in the village. They say you've made a pact with the devil, and they're summoning demons from hell.
Old wives' tales. What do I care about such nonsense?
Well, but supposing it isn't nonsense.
Of course it is.
The apparition was seen by the conciliatory cross at night.
Old wives' tales.
I went to take a look, and it really is askew. But it wasn't magic that Hellspawn was wielding. It was a shovel. There was a hiding place beneath the cross. And the man digging there at night didn't have time to put the cross back in the right position.
By all the saints! So someone was digging there. What has that to do with me?
There was a brand new cloak of the Knights of the Cross in the hiding place. It's clear that the man doing the digging hid it there, maybe to cover up who he really is. And what he's planning.
I still don't know what you want from me. What have I got to do with some cloak?
I found some pretty interesting documents of the Order.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I reckon you do, Ambrose. According to one of the documents, you were appointed Seneschal of the Knights of the Cross with the Red Star. Or are you going to tell me it was some other Ambrose?
I'm not going to tell you anything. I don't know anything about any document.
The man who took things from the hiding place can't have been some chance thief. Because he left a purse full of coin there.
So keep the groschen, lad, and stop pestering me. It's nothing to do with me.
A few nights ago, a herdsboy saw a black horseman ride into Apollonia. He thought it was an apparition, but I think a demon would have known the road to Apollonia and wouldn't have spun round and round at the crossroads like a top.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I found a black horse stabled in a pen here, in the woods below the rocks. A well-fed, healthy horse, black as charcoal. The man who rode on it wasn't an apparition, or the devil.
Why are you telling me all this? For God's sake! Stop this nonsense right now.
That's enough. I think there are enough fishy things going on around you for me to tell the bailiff, but you're in luck. All I'm after is that broken sword. So, come clean.
You're wide of the mark. But in the end, maybe you could help me.
What do you want help with, Ambrose?
I'm not Ambrose. He died some time ago. I am Conrad, Knight of the Cross with the Red Star.
Ambrose is dead, you say? How did it happen?
He was an old man. Unfortunately, he was already at death's door when I found him.
And you had nothing to do with his death?
Of course not. Ambrose was my friend. I'd known him for 20 years. He was a good member of the Order, and an outstanding teacher.
Ambrose was a member of your order?
More than a member. He was the Seneschal, second in rank only to the Grand Master. He served the Order for many years before getting into a dispute with the Prague chapter and the Inquisition. Then he had to disappear. I was the only one to know where to look for him. But I came too late. All he managed to tell me was his last wish.
What was his last wish?
He wanted me to find the hiding place beneath the conciliatory cross, where he'd hidden his past. He sensed that death was coming for him. He wanted me to help settle his affairs. And he also longed to hold his old sword in his hands one last time. I went to his hiding place that very night. But by the time I got back, Ambrose was dead. I put the blade on his grave, in place of a cross.
What are you doing in the hermit's hut, then?
In Prague, I got into a serious dispute. Ambrose was the only person who could help me. That's why I came to see him.
I'm guessing that the diabolical horseman scaring people round these parts was you.
That was not my intention, believe me.
So the sword is on Ambrose's grave. Will you tell me where I can find it?
You want to disturb his rest?
I just want the sword, that's all. There's no use to him now.
All right. I'll tell you where his grave is if you fulfill Ambrose's last wish instead of me. I can't do it.
All right. What am I supposed to do?
Listen carefully, then. There's an old widow called Margaret living in the village. Take this cross to her and say to her exactly these words. Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what is rightfully his.
Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what is rightfully his.
That's right.
I hope she'll know what this is about.
Don't worry, she will. Give her the cross, and I'll tell you where you can find the sword. Benedictio Domini sit tecum.
Good morning.
This might seem strange, but I'm supposed to give you this.
A cross? Mother of God, what is the meaning of this?
Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what he deserves.
Ambrose? The hermit?
It was his wish that I give you the cross and the message. He said you'd know what it's about.
Oh my God! By all that's holy, it couldn't possibly be him. All those years, I'd lost hope. I never forgave myself. I committed a mortal sin.
Well, I don't know what you did.
No, there's no absolution. Not yet. You said it yourself. Not until Ambrose's brother gets what he deserves. The bones. They still lie there outside the wall. Help me. His soul must find peace.
All right. I'll help you. But you'll have to tell me more.
Thank you, lad, thank you. But not here. We must go to the graveyard. That's where my curse lies.
Let's go then. There's no time to waste.
Here it is.
What does the graveyard have to do with absolution?
Hold on. Not so fast. I'll tell you everything. First, tell me, are you afraid of the dead?
It's the living I'm more afraid of than the dead.
One should fear the dead. But in the end, it's probably a good thing that you have no fear. You see, one poor soul is waiting for redemption. For years and years.
Ah, I get it now. Ambrose's brother has to get what he deserves. This is about the soul of Ambrose's brother.
His name was Yun. He lies outside the graveyard wall, buried without rites. He's been there for 30 years.
What happened to him?
The memories are painful. We were childhood friends, and Yun loved me. Only, I chose his friend Vashek over him. He couldn't get over the rejection. So he lay in wait for Vashek one evening.
And Vashek killed him?
It was an accident. They quarrelled. Yun drew his... Apparently, they got close to the cliff edge while they were fighting. When they found his body at the bottom of the cliff, people thought he'd killed himself.
Ah, the conciliation.
His brother Ambrose had it built there. And though it's my fault for saying nothing.
Nonsense. God wouldn't use a diabolical apparition to scare you, would he? And what's more, Ambrose forgave you, didn't he?
Only on the condition that Yun's bones will be laid to rest in consecrated ground. Help me lay him to rest in a proper grave, please.
But without telling the priest and gravedigger.
That's the only way we can put right a terrible mistake. Yun didn't kill himself.
All right. We'll give him a proper burial. Yun's soul has the right to eternal rest.
Thank you. The Lord will pay you back 100-fold. There's a rose bush outside the graveyard wall. Please bury him beside my Vashek. Here, beneath the pine tree. Then place Ambrose's cross on his grave.
I wish you a...
I'm Henry.
Ignatius, looking for... Or do you need to bury a dead...
I'm more interested in the grave digging.
Ah, once you try it, you'll never want to do nothing else till the day you die.
You got a big cemetery here. Pretty nice, too.
Ain't it? But being the gravedigger, I'll never have a place of my own here. They'll throw me by the wall like a dog and bury me without ceremony. But when I'm dead, I won't care. If it was up to me, we're all equal before death and the Lord.
How's life treating you, Ignatius?
A lot better than it's treating my customers, I must say. Come to think of it, the only thing that pisses me off is that once I kick the bucket, there won't be a single experience. Aye, the shoemaker's children go barefoot, as they say. All the young folks these days care about is making coin. Nobody's interested in the honest... God be with you.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy... Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Hail.
Amen.
Your journey ends here, Jan. I don't know what you have on your conscience. But rest in peace. I don't know much about prayer in these situations, but our Father, there are many sinners in this world, but in the end, we all face your judgment.
Amen.
For what we should have done, but lacked the courage to do. So forgive me this little sacrilege. You know better than anyone that it was the right thing to do. Thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven, and deliver us from evil. Amen.
God in heaven, grant poor Jan eternal salvation. So many... Thank you. May God reward you, lad. I'd given up all hope.
I understand. A sin like that is a hard cross to bear.
30 years. I thought about it every day.
It's all right now. You did the right thing. Everything else is beyond the law of man.
I'd like to reward you somehow.
I expect you wouldn't want anyone to hear about all this, right?
Well, if you...
I don't want anything. And I won't tell anyone.
Thank you. My nephew is a tailor and he knows a thing or two about alchemy. If you ever need anything from him, I'll put in a word for you. God be with you, Henry.
Quick!
Hey, dearie. I'll kill ya!
Fuck you!
I'm just getting warmed up, you shit. Fuck! Another one. Take that!
Good boy. Good boy.
Everything all right? Eh?
Hey, fella! Listen, we need help!
Who are you? And who do you serve?
We are Knights of the Cross with the Red Star. Good brothers in Christ. I'll explain everything, but there's no time now. We have to act fast. Our brother Glesgan is dying. The crazy fool shot him. Help us.
I don't know you. So why should I help you?
He won't help us. What's he doing here anyway? He's bound to be in league with Conrad. At him! Quick! Don't let him get away!
You're in for an arse kicking, you piece of shit!
You're alive!
I'll sort you out nicely.
Show your stuff! Well, I can't believe this is lying around. It's mine now. This could come in handy. The lads will never believe me. Aye.
Damn it. What was that all about?
I think I owe you an explanation.
Yeah, you're right. Let's hear it then.
And what is it you want to hear from me?
Why were they trying to kill you?
I had proof that our Grand Master Zdenek had betrayed the Order and was conspiring with the Prague chapter. But it was turned against me. Damned Inquisition. First they chased out Ambrose, and now me.
Where can I find Ambrose's broken sword?
It's not far. At the edge of the meadow up there are two entangled...
That's all I need to know.
And that's an end to it. This is...
Thank you, but no. Where's the hermit's grave? It ought to be somewhere around here. There's nothing more here. Sorry, Ambrose. Rest in peace. This one is sharpened already. This one is sharpened already.
Thank you, and a good day to you, friend. You have a kind master, eh, Mutt?
That should do it.
pleasure doing business with you, sir. Thank you, sir. And come again.
Good day to you.
I'd like to learn something.
What do you want?
I'm not bad at crafts, but I'd like to get...
All right.
I'd like...
What are you...
Tell me a few alchemy tricks.
Great. Let's get to it. Learning this trick will take some time. I'm glad you found... Thank you, sir, and come again. I was glad to be of help to you. God bless. Jug of wine, thanks.
Would you like to throw...
What game would you like?
Nice.
And do you have...
Master.
Let's...
God bless.
Greetings to you two.
Come on then, show us what you can do, unless you're playing for the first time.
You have a kind master, eh, doggy?
Christ,
Ugh,
what's the hold up?
Just what we needed.
Damn it! They're yours, lad.
I'll drink to that.
Have you lost your mind? You're gonna lose everything.
You know what? I love you.
I love you too.
But you don't get it. I love you more than my own brother.
That much, eh?
Not my brother. My own wife.
All right.
My God, I'm done.
But it's true. You always had my back. And you'll never betray me.
Of course not.
We met. Just got
If I was you, I'd take it.
What now?
stick together. Otherwise we're fucked.
These ones here. Finished. Your turn.
What a load of shit. Christ, where did I put it? Greetings.
It's like I'm invisible or something.
To a good
my
harvest.
friends.
My God! Oh, come on! Let it be now. I want to play too, you know. My God, what a fuck up again! Are you being cautious or cowardly?
God! Ah!
Danke und viel Glück für die
Greetings.
Zukunft, mein Herr.
What did you win? Have you been playing dice again?
But this time, Lady Duck... Lady Luck was on my side.
You're drunk as a lord. Go and sleep it off, and you can hand over your winnings to me.
All right. But then, we're going straight out.
Sure we are.
It still hurts.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Guten Tag.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Lord be with you.
Well, do you know where I can find the next scoundrel from your gang?
Aye, I do. Handsome Charlie's next. Are you ready?
Of course. Why else would I be here? Handsome Charlie, you say? Curious name. How did he come by it?
He's a real looker. He always loved wearing his finest. Beautiful dyed coats, shiny boots. Even in the forest, he looked like he was off to a wedding. And most importantly, he always wore a fancy cap. He rarely even took it off to sleep. You know what? Once you've taken care of him, bring me his cap so I know you're not...
Still distrustful, eh?
Always, lad. It's what has kept me alive.
Do you know where he's been robbing? So that I know where to look for him.
No need to search for him. He recently tricked a bunch of starving charcoal burners in the woods near Kurchak Pond into working for him. Now we've been robbing with them all around the area. They didn't even bother setting up a new camp.
Well, what am I supposed to do with the charcoal burners?
Well, if they stand up to you, you won't have much of a choice.
They deserve to be punished anyway.
Another self-appointed judge.
What?
Oh.
You weren't very fond of him, eh?
He's a slimy snake. I caught him trying to turn my own people...
I'll take care of him.
Well, see you later. Have a good evening.
Quick! Come here!
Why have you got two now?
Alert! Alert! Show your stuff!
Victory! Or death!
Get over here! Quick!
Mutt!
Oh!
I'll get you! Alert! To arms! What the fuck are you doing to him?
Fuck this!
Come here!
Quick! Quick!
Huh? Pray for a quick death, you bastard! Mercy!
Come here, boy. Go! Car!
You silly doggy.
Easy, good horse. I can't swim. That's bloody deep.
God bless. God bless.
God be with you.
Good morning, lad.
I'd like to...
What are you...
Lord be with you.
I took care of Charlie. He's dead.
Yeah, I reckon he's not so handsome now, is he? I'm glad that fucker's dead. Did you bring me a souvenir like we talked about?
I've got it right here. Hope I didn't get any blood on it.
Aye, that's the one. But I don't plan on wearing it. Someone might mistake me for him and...
I'll take it.
Be my guest.
So what now? I reckon I'll have to wait again, won't I?
Aye, unfortunately. See you soon, my friend.
That must cost as much as a farm.
All right. Go. I need to sharpen this. That should do it. All right. Go. That's more like it.
Good day.
All right. Go.
Great. Happy to be of service. Take care, sir. Thank you, sir. And come again. Someone's this horse. How can I help you?
What's new around here?
I don't know about anything. It's all been quiet here.
So I'm back, Master Blacksmith.
Excellent. How did it go with the hermit?
He's dead.
What? Did you?
No, not me. It just got a bit complicated. Anyway, it turns out old Ambrose really used to be a knight. And this really is Toledo steel. You were right, Blacksmith.
God's nails. That's quite something.
First class welded steel. Ambrose must have broken the sword himself, deliberately. It wouldn't have just happened in battle.
That's exactly what we need. See now, youngster. My clever plan worked out nicely in the end.
Right. Well, thank you very much for your, clever plan.
You haven't disappointed me yet, lad. So I'm sure forging an exceptional sword won't be a problem for you either.
Wait, I thought you wanted to do it yourself. I'm just your assistant, after all.
Not at all. I trust you. One day you'll become a master. That is, unless you lose your head first.
Well, I'm about halfway done.
Good doggy. Good boy.
Can't get any better than this.
What do you need, sir?
I've got something for you, blacksmith.
God's nails, you weren't bullshitting.
I'd say it looks pretty much like a sword, eh?
Looks like. This is a damned fine piece of steel. Damned fine.
Thanks. I was glad to help, but now there's something I need from you.
I'll pay you, of course. And if you want to do some smithing, I won't throw you out of my forge either.
No, you know full well what I need. I have to get to Samin's wedding.
Why is it so important for you? It'll just be a lot of people stuffing their faces. You can find that anywhere.
I have my reasons, and you don't need to know them.
God's nails, lad. You're full of mysteries. But whatever, that's your business. I don't mind taking you to the wedding. Nothing to it. We can set off once you're ready.
Show me your wares.
I'm glad you found what you were looking for. Excuse me? Come here, boy. Look what I have for you.